Hello students. In our today's class we are going to learn about how to add audio and video in our web page. So our today's topic is inserting an audio and video in web page. Before working with audio and video, we must know some of the common audio and video file formats. So here are some of the common audio file formats are given which are commonly used on the net. So first one is .mp3, which stands for moving motion picture expert group, which is an audio file format for MPG. This MP3 is very common on the net. Now next is .acc, which stands for advanced coding audio coding, standard format for iPhone and YouTube, etc. And the third one is .ogg, which is an open container and free audio format. Nowadays this OGG is very commonly used because the .ogg file is very compressed audio file format and commonly used in multimedia software. So my dear students, before starting with working with audio and video, some common file format you must know. In the same way, there are some video file format which are commonly used and commonly supported by all the browsers. So here very first tag is audio tag, which is used to add audio in your web page. So the audio tag enables you to embed or add audio files on the web page. Declare the audio tag and specify the source attribute with the audio file locations. So here first of all, audio is a container tag. You have to start with the audio tag and at the last you have to close the audio tag. You have to specify source of the audio with src attribute. So here is the syntax given: audio, which is a tag you are going to use. Then three attributes here we are going to use, which are very important attributes. First is src, stands for source. You have to mention the name of the audio file which you want to insert. Next attribute is type. So under the type, two things you have to mention. First of all, whether it is audio or video, and then the format of your audio file. And the next is control. So to display the controls or console to the user, this control attributes is must to add. Now this console attribute is a boolean attribute, so just you have to mention the name of the attribute and at the last close your audio. So here is the syntax of how to add a audio tag. Now next is attributes of audio tag. Now some of the attributes are there with the audio tag. Some of the attributes are compulsory to use and some of the attributes are optional. Now look at this. First attribute is autoplay, control, loop, mutate and src. Some of the attributes have not having any value, so those attributes are boolean attributes. You have to just mention the name of the attribute. That means that particular attribute is true for your tag. So first is autoplay. The autoplay, the audio will start playing as soon as it is ready. So if you mention autoplay, as soon as your pages get loaded, that sound automatically start playing. Next is control. So control, again it's a boolean attribute. If you mention control in your tag, then the audio control should be displayed like the controls you are getting, the button you are getting like play, pause and such buttons user can use to play or pause the audio. Next attribute is loop. The loop attribute is having some value. The meaning of loop attribute is what? The audio will start over again every time it is finished. That means if you mention loop is equal to 2 or 3 or more than that number, that much time your audio will get executed or run. Next is mutate. So the value is again dash, that means it's a boolean attributes. This specifies that the audio output should be muted, so you won't get any sound because you have added the muted as an attribute. Next is src. Src stands for source. You have to mention the source or URL of your video in front of src. Specifies the URL of the audio file. So these all are the attributes of your audio tag. All the attributes are important for the MCQ questions. Now here we'll see the example. Here this example I have started with the very first tag, which is doc type HTML, indicates it's the HTML5 file. Then the basic structure HTML, here to mention head, title, add some suitable title, close your title and close head. Then you are starting with the body tag. Here I am just adding one heading as a audio sample in a p tag. Then audio src. Audio is the tag to add the audio. Src to mention the source. Source I am giving as a test.mp3. Type, which is audio type, and format is mp3. Now here I am giving control, that means the user will get the play and pause button. And at the last I am closing audio, closing body, closing HTML. We'll see the output of this. So on my web page I'll get such type of output. The user should, this is what a control the user are getting. User should click over here to listen the music. Adding audio with multiple sources. Now next is, if I want to add more than one audio file format, so here the tag is source as a tag. Okay, the source tag is a singular tag. The source tag is used to specify multiple media resources for multimedia elements. Media elements, not multimedia element, media elements means what? Suppose you want to add multiple media with multiple format, then source tag is used. We'll see this with example. See here again I am starting with the very first tag, indicates it's the HTML5 file. Then all the basic tags, starting with the body tag. Here I am giving p, under the p tag one heading audio sample. Now I am starting with the audio control autoplay. So audio is a basically a tag to start with the audio, and at last you have to close that. Here I am using two boolean attribute, which is control and autoplay. Control will display the control buttons and autoplay will start the audio as soon as your page get loaded on the browser. So here I am giving more than one source for the audio. The very first source is source src test.mp3, type audio, which is a format of mp3. And next again, if in case this source is not available or some technical mistake with this source, then your browser will automatically go with the next source, and the next source is source src test.ogg, type audio, or ogg is the format. Then you are closing your audio, closing body, closing HTML, save your file and open in a browser again. So we'll see the output on the browser. Now here, before starting with the video, we'll see some example on browser. Here is you can see on the browser how you are getting. If you are trying to add an audio, this control you are getting. If you want to play this, the user has to click on this play button. This play button you are getting because of the control. I am just clicking here to listen the music. So this way you will get the sound, or you can add a audio file on your web page. You can see here the coding for this particular page. So very first tag is indicates the HTML5 file. All the basic tags here in a body tag I am giving first as the audio sample. Then here I am starting with the audio controls, so that's why I am getting that controls. See, multiple resources I am trying to add here. First is source src, which is I have given as a music.mp3, and second I have given as a music2.ogg. Look at in my folder, this music.mp3 is not present, and that's why my browser directly start with the second music2.ogg, which is present in my folder. So here I can mention multiple resources, multiple audio files to execute. Okay, now again with the start with the next topic, which is audio tag, video tag. So first of all, again a video tag, which is a container tag. The HTML video tag is used to embed video into your web page. It has several video sources. There are three different formats that are commonly supported by all the browsers, which are MP4, OGG, and web media. Web means web media. So here they have given these three types of file format, video file format, which are commonly used and supported by all the web browsers. So again here syntax is there. Syntax is same like your audio. First of all, you have to start with the video source. You have to mention the source of your video. Then you want to add a control, then add a control, and then close the video. We'll see this again with an example. Before the example, there are some attributes of video tag. So attributes of video tag, so many attributes are given. One by one we'll see all the attributes. First is src, stands for URL, means what a value is, name of the video file, defines the link to video file. Autoplay, okay, again it's a boolean attribute. If you want to specify this that the audio will start playing as soon as it is ready. Okay, if you mention the autoplay with the audio tag, then with the video tag, then your video will get started automatically when your page get loaded. Now next is control. To add the pause and play button, want to display the console, then control attributes you have to add. You can manage the height and width of your console by giving some pixel amount. Okay, so of your video, while inserting an video, you can manage the height and width by using height and width attribute. Next is loop. Again the same way like audio. Loop, you have to mention some values here. Suppose you are saying loop is equal to 2, then it will run your video 2 times. Okay, so specifies that the video will start over again every time it is finished. Okay, so number of times you can run your video by giving the loop value. Next is mutate. So again it's a boolean attributes. You don't have to add any values here. Specifies that the audio output of the video should be muted. So here you won't listen any audio for your video. So if you want to manage in that way, you have to just mention the muted attribute with your audio tag. Next is poster. Poster attribute of video tag. So what it does, specifies an image to be shown while the video is downloading or until the user hits the play button. So here any suitable picture file you can display with your video screen. So poster is equal to, you have to mention the picture file. That picture file your video will display till the user hits the play button. Next is preload. Preload is one of the attributes having 3 values. First is auto, second is metadata, and third is none. What is this preload? Specifies as if and how the author think to the video should be loaded when the web page loads. Okay, if you mention preload is equal to auto, the author thinks that the browser should load the entire video when the page is load. So if you say as a preload is equal to auto is same like your autoplay. If you mention autoplay, then there is no need to mention preload is equal to auto. The working of preload is equal to auto is same like your autoplay. Next is preload is equal to metadata. The author think that the browser should load only metadata when the page loads. So if you want to work with the metadata information, then you can say preload is equal to metadata. Third is none. The author think that the browser should not load the video when the page is load. Okay, though the tag is given in your web page, but what you are thinking that that video should not be loaded. So that if such is the condition, then you can say preload is equal to none. So these all are the attributes of video tag. You must remember all these attributes. Now we'll see one example on this. So here the same first tag is indicates the HTML5 file. Next all the basic tags starting with the body. Here again I am giving two sources. So I'm starting with the very first tag, that is video. I'm managing height and width of my video with some pixel amount. Control I am giving here. Then here I am using poster attribute. Okay, so at the beginning under the poster I am giving this tulips.jpg. So when your video get loaded, when that pages get loaded, your video will show you the picture of tulip.jpg till you click on the play button. Okay, so here first source I am giving as a sam2 dot webm. So one of the file I have with the sam2 dot webm, which is a web media file, which is a video file, and the format is web media. Second file I have added here as a source src sample1 dot mp4, type is video and mp4 is a format. So out of these two, whichever is very first, it will search, your browser will search for the first video. If that video is present, it will run for you. If this video is not present or having some technical problem, that it will shift to the next video and it will play for you. If your browser does not support this video tag, okay, some of the old browsers will not support some of the HTML5 tags. So in that case your page will display your browser does not support the video tag, this message. You are closing video, closing body and closing HTML. So here the output will just see. I can show you this output on browser again. So here you can see on the output this window, whatever the window you are getting, this the height and width of this window you can manage with height and width attribute. You can see the picture of tulips because I have given poster is equal to tulip.jpg. You can see the control here because I am giving control. I have given this control attribute. That's why this play button and all these controls you are getting. So we'll see this example on the browser directly. Now look at this. Okay, so here you can see this video on the browser. Here I am getting this control, this tulip picture, and then height and width I am getting as per the program. So here I am using this play button to play this video. Okay students, so this way you can add any type of video which the format must be commonly used on the net on your web page. So in our today's sessions we have learned about the how to add audio and video in our web page.